I opened up this.
OBS?
No, if I opened up and we had like an opening billboard music to play.
Oh, we're live.
Okay. Hi, Twitch people.
What's up, everybody?
All right, I'm going to hit record.
A good Saturday morning to you.
That sounded sincere.
It's time for the Fantasy Football Guys. Get ready to call. It's the Saturday Q&A show. Here they are, Lyle Convertible and Kevin Moore, the Fantasy Football Guys.
Boy, are we excited. We're the Fantasy Football Guys. Kevin.
Lyle.
And it is the first live call-in show of the 2021-2022 Season 17 TFFG season. Mouthful right there. Got to tell you, we're excited, dude.
I'm excited. I'm excited about NFL football.
This seems to be the longest off-season / preseason in known memory. It just for some reason.
It went forever, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's taking for freaking ever.
I mean, we even had live football on Thursday, real football, which was a great game, by the way, if you guys didn't watch it.
It was a perfect scenario for Lyle and me.
Well, yeah, I mean, the Cowboys lost.
Right. I mean, Dak, who I have as quarterback for a couple teams.
He was good.
Over 400 yards, touchdowns. He did great.
Amari Cooper, who I have on a couple teams, was fantastic.
CeeDee Lamb, who I have on a couple teams, did pretty well.
Yep.
Right? You know, Chris Godwin did well for you in a couple leagues.
Yep.
I have
Antonio Brown. Had a game.
Right. So, yeah, dude. I mean, but then the
Gronk
Cowboys
had a game. Brady had a game.
Cowboys lost at the end.
Yeah, right. It's everything you want to see out of a football game and being invested fantasy-wise. High
Exactly.
score.
Right.
Lots of touchdowns. Defenses did some damage on turnovers.
Sure.
You got some money there. Greg, the leg owners probably aren't too happy.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't real happy about that. But, dude, in an IDP league, I have Levante David. I got 17-plus points out of that guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
That's awesome. I mean, Zeke is really the only loser. Well, Dallas lost too, but Zeke did not look. Listen,
and Mike Evans owners didn't.
Sure, but he does that. Like that Tampa teams, that's going to happen.
Tell you what, the defender that was on him, number 7, Diggs, I think his name is.
Yeah.
That guy's legit.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Legit. But you know, Evans is going to be streaky. Godwin's going to be streaky. Gronk certainly will be.
Godwin's stat line could have been a lot better.
It could have been
without the fumble.
Yeah.
You know, catch that pass that's right in your mitts.
Yeah.
You know, you could have had 2 touchdowns.
Could have had 2. But
it all worked out.
Yeah. And, you know, but I'd be concerned if I drafted Zeke. Because here's the thing. Not only did he look bad when he had the football, he rarely had the football.
That's true. He did have, you know, if you look at blocking and that sort of thing, he did have an okay game.
Sure.
But as far
I don't care about blocking from a fantasy perspective.
Sure. From a fantasy perspective, he did not produce as you would think. Well, a lot of people are like, I'm gonna try to buy low on Zeke. I'm like, dude, I'm not sure there's going to be a high to buy low on.
I don't know that you're buying low. I think you're buying.
You're just buying.
You're buying at the price that he is.
Yeah. Of course, everybody's like, Tony Pollard should be starting, and I'm not sure they're not right.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that Zeke Elliott just all of a sudden is terrible.
It happens, though, dude.
It does happen to running backs, and it really, with those running backs, the reason it happens is because at that position, it's that half a step that gives you the edge over the linebackers and the defensive linemen to get you to that next level.
Exactly.
When you lose just a little bit of it, you can't get that extra step anymore, and you're tackled for a loss. It's a game of inches, Kevin. Or in Nick Foles' case, maybe a foot.
Whew. All right, so we are live, of course, on Twitch. So you can watch us there. You can also check us out on Spreaker and a multitude of other podcast listening / watching venues. YouTube, we're back on there as well. Thanks to young Robert, boy producer, who is taking care of all this stuff for us, which is great. Dude dropped his first DFS show.
Yeah.
I think on Thursday night.
Yep.
Or as they say in Southern Delaware.
Thursday
night. So, yeah, I was listening to that. Good info. Yeah, so check that out. If you want to follow him on Twitter, that's TFFG Robbie. Ours is just TFFG. Our Reddit address is reddit.com/r/TFFG. Email address is thefantasyfootballguys@gmail.com. And, of course, to call us here today, 650-733-8334. That's 733-TFFJ.
And don't forget about Discord. Please join our Discord. It is super awesome.
Right. You have to go to Reddit, and the first sticky post is a link that will just send you an automatic invite. You pop in there, you say yes.
Lots of good conversation going on there this time of year, and it's a lot of fun. We also play video games together. We watch games together.
Yeah.
A bunch of us were in chat room watching the game Thursday night. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thursday night. Pardon my northern Delaware.
Pardon you're everywhere but southern Delaware, I think.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. Just kind of hanging out, chatting, telling stories, telling lies.
Yep.
Teasing John from Korea, who may be on the line at some point today.
He may be.
We're sitting there at night, drinking beers, and he's, walking downtown somewhere in Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's lunchtime for him. He's like, yeah, I'm having this food, and anyway. So it's like, dude, are you in a wind tunnel? He's like, I'm in a cab. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. That's awesome. So anyway, let's look at some news real quick.
Let's do it.
So yeah, you can ask us questions via email, not on Twitter, but you can do that on Reddit. We have a post up there every week.
If we see it on Twitter, we'll answer it.
Yeah, rare. We also do chat room questions as well. So this whole show is about you, the listener, your questions. How can we give you instant mediocre advice?
Yeah.
How can we ruin your fantasy football season instantly?
I think ruin's harsh. How can
Disrail.
we give you? Yeah, okay, there you go. Also, I want to wish everybody a happy 9/11.
Yeah, happy, man. Jeez.
I just see all these posts. It's like 9/11, 9/11. Never forget. I
was in a meeting with you on 9/11 when I heard
Negative.
about it. Oh, you weren't there.
I wasn't there. Here's the thing about 9/11. Why are we not forgetting? I would love to. That was horrible. I know out of respect, right? But at the same time,
it was kind of like a never again type thing.
I just don't want to think about it. It was terrible.
It was.
Maybe I'm a baby, so I don't like to relive trauma.
Well, I have my own opinions on that, but I can say nothing. All right, let's check some news out here real quick before we get to questions. The first Saturday show is always short because people forget we're here. We do have a caller online that we're going to get to as soon as we can here, but we have to stick to the format of the show.
We don't
really. Traycon Smith is going to be on short-term IR. So if you're counting on him, if you're a Jameis Winston owner, et cetera, don't count on him. Apparently, the Colts like Nyheim Hines. They inked him to a 3-year extension, which is kind of cool. Bad news for Carson Wentz. Eric Fisher is going to be out this week. We kind of knew that going in, though. Nelly Aguilar, with his ankle listed as questionable for Sunday for them Patriots. Oh, darn. Okay, Deshaun Watson officially ruled out for Sunday, kids, in case you were thinking about starting him.
I don't know if he got drafted anywhere, did he?
I think he got drafted, in for like late rounds for a keeper situation, maybe for next year or whatever. Counting on the fact that he won't be in prison, or suspended for the year for being a whatever he
monster.
Yeah, alleged monster.
Oh, thanks Jermaine for the sub.
I appreciate that. You got it, man. Let's see here. Trey Lance, not on the injury report, but he still has that funky finger thing going on. So I'm not thinking you're going to start him today.
We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah, if we're going forward. That's a thing. Austin Eckler has a hammy, but is expected to play on Sunday. Keelan Cole, late of the Jags, current of the Jets. Listed as questionable for the Jets opener on Sunday. Not like you're thinking of playing him probably. I don't know. There's probably some 18-player roster teams out there that we say you can't play them. But some of these guys are going to have to play if you've got one of those monster rosters.
I mean, it's possible. You hope not. But if you drafted a Raven at this point, you're screwed.
Yeah.
I was boasting on Wednesday about getting lucky with Gus Edwards, and now it looks like he's gone for the year. I didn't see where it was official yet, but all the reports were that it was.
Well, the fact that they've signed Lev Bell, Devontae Freeman, and Latavius Murray.
Right.
I'm thinking maybe Gus is the bus is parked for the season.
Can you believe that,
dude? Dobbins.
Yeah.
Edwards.
Yep.
And somebody else.
Yeah, it was
brain freeze.
Yeah, the other running back, and then they lost a defensive back too.
Yeah, Peters, Marcus Peters.
Yeah, on the same play. Or it was the very next play.
It's crazy. They basically just shut practice down at that point.
Yeah, for real. Oh, it was Justice Hill. That's who it was.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a knee, though, but it was an Achilles, which is, like, worse.
Well, I don't know. I think tearing an ACL is about as bad as you can get for a running back.
No, man. An Achilles is pretty important, too.
Well, I
We
think
could debate ligaments all day.
I'll see your ACL and raise you an Achilles. Kenny Golladay and his hammy is not on the injury report, but boy, would I feel reluctant to pop that dude into a starting lineup this week. How many times with Miles Austin we go, he's cool, he's in, and then he runs a route, and then he limps to the side.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of ACL, Saquon Barkley probable for Sunday. Don't know if he's going to be on a snap count, a carry count. Don't know.
Here's my thoughts on it. We were talking with Drew about this, Drew Seabass, about this earlier in the week. If you drafted him in at the end of the first or the beginning of the second round, if the guy puts on a helmet and they say he's going to take snaps today, you put him in your lineup.
You should, absolutely. Temper your expectations, of course. He's probably not going to be an RB1 this week,
Probably not, but again, Saquon, if he is healthy, he might only need 5 snaps to get 80 yards and a touchdown or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
healthy, he is arguably the number one pick, right there with McCaffrey.
he's there with McCaffrey. I don't think anybody's even close to McCaffrey.
Well, they have a
right now.
similar skill set.
For sure, but
Massive runners, great out of the backfield, catch like crazy, never comes off the field. He's got that same skill set. Now, maybe McCaffrey's a little bit above him, but
He's not a little bit. If you look at the numbers, he's not.
it's true.
He's been way better, specifically for fantasy too. By the way,
Oddly, because he's on a better offense?
yeah, I know.
I don't know.
But he's been way better than any running back in football when he plays, and like way better. He's way better than.
Well, apparently the
Kamara-
Giants have more weapons.
I don't see that.
They don't.
No, McCaffrey is he's on some next level stuff right now.
Yeah.
He's better than Derrick Henry by far. Like if you look at the actual numbers, like per snap and stuff, by far.
Right, and nobody would be unhappy with having Derrick Henry on their team.
No. So,
But take that and then multiply it.
yeah.
All right, so Cortland Sutton is going to play this week. Good news for Teddy Bridgewater players.
I guess.
If you're playing him, you're done. Evan Ingram is ruled out for this week. No big deal there. A.J. Brown says he's good to go on Sunday. He does have that knee, so be on the lookout for that. I mean, he's good to go. He says he is, but it's not up to him.
Yeah, it's what the doctors say.
Yeah, so Noah Fant's going to play. He also has a knee.
All right,
It's
can
good
we
to know.
just get?
Darnell Mooney listed as questionable for Sunday.
Yeah, it's boring. Come on,
Is it boring?
that's a little bit boring.
Telling people that their players
they
may
can
not be
read the news.
Well, they can do all this stuff online. What are we even here for?
Exactly.
I'm out.
Let's just go home.
All right.
I'm just playing.
Me too. All right. So we have a caller. Let's give this a shot.
This is
Shall we?
unlikely to work, but
If this works, I'll be amazed. Here we go. Hello, caller. How are you?
Kevin and
yeah, let's go. Is it recording his voice?
Say something, sir.
Kevin and
I didn't know it was going to be that a second time.
Yeah.
But, all right.
I think we should go with the trifecta.
So what is your name?
my name is Bert, and I am choring here in Ardmore, PA.
Doing some choring.
Thought
huh?
I'd give you guys a call.
I saw the
Doing some
610.
choring.
Thought PA.
I like
you
it,
know,
man. I like
doing
it.
some choring. I like it. You wouldn't happen to have a fruit stand and vegetable stand nobody comes to, do you?
What a great show.
Love it.
I have a computer store here that nobody comes to.
All right, that's like a modern version of
It is.
Letterkenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's apple.
Oh,
See what I did there with the fruit? Anyway,
that was real bad.
it was.
How can we help you today, sir? Or,
Don't
Fellas,
assume your
isn't
gender.
week one the best?
it is. It is because it's all brand new. It's like Christmas morning. You come downstairs and you get the pregame, which is like the crappy presents that people give you before they give you the really good one.
Yeah.
And then the games start, and it's amazing. And then at the end of the day, the Eagles lost anyway, and you're really depressed. So the football season's over, pretty much.
Yeah. When you lose to the Falcons, it's
Yeah, which is probably going to happen.
not a
tomorrow.
good deal.
So, But yeah, I love NFL football. Obviously, I've dedicated a large portion of my life to it, which really doesn't make any sense.
No, you're a fanboy, is what you are.
Yeah. But
Hey, me too.
I can't help it.
Well, what I do on Saturday night, I try to stay up really, really late, so I can sleep late Sunday morning, so I don't have to have downtime
So you
before
don't
the
get
game
the
starts.
angst in?
No, not angst. Just I don't want to wait around looking at
Oh, well, see,
Rich Eisen's stupid
oh,
face.
dude,
on
see, I
TV.
watch all that stuff.
Oh, I do too.
I start at
but
8 in the morning.
I would rather if I could wake up at 12:50 in time to put a Pop-Tart in the toaster, take a whiz, and hit the couch.
Hit the TV, that'd be you.
Just as kickoff is happening.
Right.
That would be wonderful.
I
Never happens that way.
Yeah, I enjoy the pregame ritual.
I don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore either.
But I like that. I like watching the build up, and then they have the terrible stories that I don't have to pay attention to.
Right.
So I can check my lineup while that's going on. Check Twitter, see what the latest
Sure.
buzz is.
Do you go like this when you
I do. I do this shifty thing with my hands.
All right, so enough about us. Let's talk about
how can
you.
we help you, sir?
So, fellas, I got a few things I wanted to check in with you guys on here. The first thing is my draft happened a couple of weeks ago, and I was in the 11 spot in a 12-team league, and it sort of got squirrely on me, and I ended up with Evans and Godwin as my two starting receivers.
Please tell me that you
What do
played
think
both
of,
of
that,
them.
starting those two guys.
I would start
all
him
year
every
long?
week. And I'll tell you what, if I had Antonio Brown, I'd put him in my flex. And if I had Gronk, I'd have him as my tight end. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, are they the two best receivers that you have?
Yeah.
As of right now, yes. I mean, I have Tyler Boyd and Chase Claypool, and I picked up Devontae Smith. But right now, yes, they're the two best.
Those are the guys you worry about in the flex. The thing is that Godwin was a third rounder and Evans was a third or fourth rounder, right? So those are the two best receivers that you have. Who cares if they play on the same team?
Yeah, I don't care.
They've been on the same team forever.
And they're both good.
And they both put up good fantasy numbers, except for
Now-
Evans this week. But
Now, the thing that sucks is if Tampa has a bad game,
Yeah.
you're going to have a bad game. But the good news is this team won the Super Bowl last year and has the greatest quarterback that's ever played the game, who also looked pretty damn good the other night. So guess what? You got
wait,
two.
380 yards and 4 touchdowns?
Yeah, and he threw what?
Passable.
A pick, but it was in.
I think 2.
Well, neither were his fault.
No,
the
one
one
was
was the Hail Mary.
a tip, and the other was a Hail Mary.
Right. So, if you're going to have two receivers on the same team, Tampa's not a bad go. Dallas would not be a bad go either.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if they're a high-powered offense, I'm all for it. I mean, would you tell somebody else who had Mike Evans and someone else not to play Mike Evans? Or if they had Chris Godwin and someone else, would you tell them not to play Godwin? No. So it doesn't matter if they're on the same team.
So the short answer, sir, is no.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Cool. Second thing I had was I hit the Gus Edwards lottery in round 11,
Yep.
and then that went down the
Lottery,
toilet this week.
yeah.
Yep. Same.
So I picked up Sony Michel off of waivers. What do you guys think he's going to do?
It's going to be a huge wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Henderson is good. We know that he wasn't slated to be the starter, but he was in the plan. So, every team needs multiple running backs now because they're not going to just put it on one guy unless it's, Tennessee or, Panthers.
Thing is, Henderson was good last year when he was called upon.
Sure.
Right? It's just that they had this emerging rookie, Cam Akers, who was really good when he touched the football.
Yeah, who was better.
So when he was healthy, he got lion's share or the Rams share of the carries. Hey, but there's nothing wrong with Henderson. So I think that he'll, at least at the beginning of the season, he'll be the lead back, quote unquote. But it's going to be a committee situation.
Yeah.
And I think Michelle will get decent numbers there. I think he'll probably be a solid flex pretty much any week.
Right. So if you look at what Nyheim Hines has done, I mean, obviously it's a completely different offense, but I think that's the role Michelle will at least initially have. Third down, passing situations, maybe a change of pace throughout the game, coming in on a second down or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, will he be flex worthy? Maybe, but I would have to imagine that you have a better running back option than Sony Michel.
Yeah, I would hope. But if you have him, I wouldn't hesitate to put him in a flex. Yeah. But that would be the max.
I mean, certainly you got to keep.
Yeah.
Because the way running backs are falling by the wayside this year. No, he's not like a Raven or anything, but you never know.
Yeah, it could infect someone else's team.
So a quick flex question, and then I'll let you guys roll. So I have Tyler Boyd, Chase Claypool, or Kareem Hunt. What do you guys think?
Is this a PPR or?
Yes, PPR.
Dude, I really like Boyd almost all the time every week, but
I think I'd probably play Boyd.
yeah, I mean, I do like Kareem Hunt in this situation. They're playing the Chiefs, though.
I like it too.
So game script wise, maybe it's not the best Kareem Hunt situation.
If this wasn't a PPR, I would lean more towards Hunt or Claypool. Not because, that doesn't hurt them. It hurts Hunt a lot. I mean, he catches a lot of passes. But it just is Tyler Boyd's bread and butter.
Yeah.
Right? If a standard league, Tyler Boyd's probably not that valuable for you. I mean, on a good day, you'll get 70 yards, maybe a touchdown every other week, something like that. But the catches is where he's going to make his money. He's also got a decent matchup against Minnesota. Claypool's playing Buffalo. That's horrible.
Yeah, in Buffalo.
Or at least it has been. Kareem Hunt, you mentioned they're playing KC. Probably going to have to score a lot, but that game can get away from him.
Yeah.
So I think Boyd's probably the best play in this situation.
I mean, the flex is for rolling the dice, and I think, Boyd may be a bit of a dice roll. Now, we do say don't get cute, and I think Boyd is the least cute option you have.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's between Boyd and Hunt, and
Yeah.
I think it's probably fairly even. I'd lead Boyd because of the PPR-ness of it. Claypool is a home run hitter, and we really don't know, how much he's advanced over the past year.
Or how much Ben has declined.
We don't know, and he's got a terrible matchup, so that all leads me to Tyler Boyd. However, now that I said that, Claypool's going to have 4 touchdowns again.
2 of them running.
Yeah.
I appreciate the advice, fellas.
Hey, man, no
have
problem.
a good week 1, and feel these nipples.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You're excited.
To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. All right.
All right.
All right, buddy. Have a good one, man. And, love you, mean it.
Yep.
Have a
And,
day.
have a day, sir.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.
Let-
Having a day. All right, so let's. We have a couple different places to go to check questions.
Yeah.
First of all, we have Reddit, we have the email, we have Discord, and something else.
the phone.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that's
There's probably some in the chat room on Twitch, too.
probably. Oh yeah,
There definitely is one.
So
Okay.
let's roll through. Let's just knock this out.
Let me hit you with the Twitch ones real quick.
All right.
All right. Let's see. Vintage Dan says, "What's up, guys? Would y'all start Robbie Anderson or Russell Gage this weekend?" That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Can I pass?
Yeah. Is there another? Is that it? Is that all you got, bro?
Let's look up the matchups here. Obviously, Gage has Philly, but I wanted to see who. Okay, so Anderson's got the Jets. I'd play Anderson.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, he certainly is the guy in the most stable situation. I mean, new quarterback and all
sure.
like that, but
Sure. I mean, dude, it's neither of these situations are good.
you flip a coin, it comes down cleanly on the edge.
But I would play Anderson for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And Miss Vec says Cousins or Stafford, no PPR, and he needs a flex too. We'll talk about that in a minute. He says he also has Cortland Sutton.
Well, the quarterback situation for me is Stafford
Yeah,
over COVID Kirk.
yeah, I agree with you there. And let's look at the. Okay, so no PPR, need a flex. McKissick, Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay, Noah Fant, have a day. Well, McKissick, I mean, his entire value is PPR.
It is, and Golladay is like on a half a leg.
So I guess it's Marvin Jones. I mean, do you start a tight end in your? I mean,
Marvin Jones isn't the tight end, but
Noah Fant was the other option. That's what I'm
right.
talking about. So if he's healthy, I'd play Golladay 100%.
yes, absolutely. I mean, and he's going to play. He's been nursing a hamstring all preseason.
So it's probably Golladay. I mean, but it could end up like Kevin was saying earlier in the show if he goes out there in pregame and tweaks a hammy or something, or retweaks a hammy.
Yeah.
So
100% be watching the pregame to make sure the dude's up. And second for me would be Marvin Jones.
yeah,
Rookie quarterback there, but They're going to do everything they can to
I just
put
can't
him in a position to
The
succeed.
only other option is a tight end, and I can't start a tight end in a flex
Who's got
spot.
a knee?
He's not even that good. It's not like it's if it's Travis Kelce, sure, you start
roll
him.
those dice,
Right,
but sure.
So anyway, all right, one more. Doc J Back says, dude's 12-team 1-point peeper. Got a solid team, but his WR2 slot is middle of the road. Well, it doesn't sound too solid to me, pal.
Got those rose-colored glasses
Jacksonville's Chenault or Cincy's Boyd.
Boyd.
He likes, I would play Boyd 100%. He likes Chenault's matchup and boom potential, but Boyd is steady. Also on the bench is Chark and Juju. Also, if you want to trade for New England beers, I'm in Eastern Connecticut. We have some good uns. Oh, yeah, dude.
New England?
Always down for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Connecticut. By the way, I saw your highlight in a store the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Local?
Yeah, on Route 40.
Oh, I'm excited.
There's a whole bunch of it in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you only need, a little bit at a time.
Right. Well, I mean, I bought a sixer.
Well, I was real happy to see Zombie Dust on Route 40. Was it right across the line? Was it like Route 40 Liquors in Elkton?
No. It's the one right by the Walgreens.
Oh.
Just before you get to the Wawa.
A lot of these liquor stores are starting to get some of these good beers from across the country. I mean, Allagash from Maine comes in, pretty regularly.
He says
now.
Cigar City made it up there too.
Awesome.
Anyway, to answer your question, we like Boyd. Juju, which one's going to show up? What about Ben? I want Juju to be amazing still. He just wasn't.
It seems like at this point, I mean, Juju was, when it was Juju and Brown, Juju did great.
He was fantastic.
He was certainly a play.
Yeah.
But then he's quote unquote the man, but he's not really because you got Deontay Johnson and you got Chase Claypool.
Yeah.
Now it seems to me like Juju is in the Gallup role.
He's kind of the odd man out a little bit.
Right, making a comparison to Dallas. Mm-hmm. If you've got Gallup, you have an okay receiver who's going to be third on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
Now, Juju can flash.
Yeah.
But will Juju flash?
Don't know. I'd play Boyd.
Yeah, me too.
I think Chenault has some potential as well, but, rookie quarterback, first start, I'm good.
Rookie coach, first game. Mm-hmm. So I'm really curious to see how Urban Meyer's offense will. It's not his offense per se. He's got a coordinator, but how that whole system works in a pro situation with a rookie quarterback. The whole thing says to me, start James Robinson, and that's it out of that team.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, we did just say start Marvin Jones, but
that was a
best of a bad lot.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. That's why you guys are asking us, because you don't know. So don't get mad at us because your team sucks.
Have we talked about Eckler's injury? Don't be cute. If he plays, put him in.
Yeah.
Next best choice is Allen Robinson. That's not a bad second choice.
It's not, but if Eckler's on the field, you play him.
Yeah, it's a half PPR. I mean, obviously, take a look at it, and make sure. Dude, there's local press, that you can read that will detail it more than the national press because they have 32 teams to cover, right?
Right.
In LA, they only have 2.
Right.
So you can be reasonably sure that you're going to get some insight from local media there.
Cool.
Is that all you got?
Well, I got 2 more emails.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying from the Twitch.
Yeah, for now. Yes.
Okay. So there will always be more. So looking at Reddit, sorting by new, going to the bottom, as we did last year. Thunderscore 81 says, "Is there something broken in Baltimore's running back training system? 2 knees and 1 ankle, all in training camp. Sure, it could be a coincidence." But 3 likely season-ending injuries before 1 single ball is snapped in the regular season is looking super sus.
Nah, it's just bad luck, man.
It is. It's there have been systems of medical systems for teams that are worse than others. We remember was it Trent Williams in Washington refused to play because the training staff, he said, was so subpar that he didn't trust them to take care of him during a game. So he basically stopped playing football for them.
Yeah.
We've seen in Philadelphia, I mean, we're going to mention them a lot, obviously, because we're nearby and we see their local media. But their injury situation in previous years has been awful. And who knows whether it's the training regimen, how they lift, all of those things, kind of figure into it.
Yeah.
But seemingly this year, Philly's better going into the season, healthier.
Yeah.
So, I doubt that it's anything that the Ravens medical staff or training staff or strength and conditioning coaches are doing. It's just S happens.
Yeah, football is a dangerous sport. It's hard on the ligaments, particularly
Wait a minute, hang on.
for
Football is a
particularly for running backs.
dangerous.
It's you cut wrong, you plant wrong, you get a bad twist, somebody falls on you. It just happens, and we see season-ending ACL injuries in particular every year. It's not uncommon. Oh man,
You all right over there?
yeah, I just had a little burp.
Really? A little something came
A
up?
little bit, yeah. I was
That's
like,
disgusting.
Yeah, I'm good now. It's not an uncommon injury in football, unfortunately. I mean, it happens, to many stars every year, and they just got unlucky.
What's weird about it is that these things didn't happen in preseason games. They were at practice.
They were practice, yeah.
It's weird. All right, so Josh L2432 says, "Hey guys, Miles Sanders versus Atlanta or James Robinson at Houston?"
Is it a PPR?
Doesn't say.
Yeah.
Well, I really like Robinson's matchup.
Probably Robinson. Probably Robinson. I just don't. You know what? I can lean Robinson for this reason.
What's up, Baker?
Rookie quarterback, right? Going to rely on the run, at least initially. Sanders, we know his potential, certainly, but we know nothing about this offense.
You know nothing about Robinson's offense either.
Well, I mean, you can figure it out a little bit based on. I mean, it's not like Urban Meyer.
Based on what Ohio State did?
He's never been a coach before, Yeah,
Sure,
I think
well,
they're going to run the football.
You can see what Sirianni did in San Diego and Indianapolis and see.
I just don't know. I would go with I would play Robinson.
I disagree. I don't necessarily disagree. I think it's really a push, to be honest with you. Robinson is with a rookie quarterback, yeah, so they're going to rely on the run a lot. If they were playing anybody other than Houston, who I think is going to have a similarly questionable and bad offense, otherwise I'd say maybe that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to have to be throwing the ball late and abandoning the run, but they're playing Houston, so who knows? In Tyrod we trust, right? But still, I think Sanders is going to be, probably a 60% share of the touches in that offense. But the thing is,
I think Gainwell's going to surprise a lot of people.
I think he is.
I think he's going to have a significant role.
I think he will, and I think Boston Scott's going to have a decent role too. But Boston is holding off Gainwell at this point. I still think Sanders is going to be the quote-unquote feature back as much as you can have those in 2021.
Fair.
But if the Robinson case is good as well.
I would play Robinson.
I would play Sanders.
Right.
I'm not convinced enough to put a bet on it, but there you are. All right, let's see.
Oh, yeah, we bet?
I just said no. I'm not convinced enough to put a bet on it.
I say 3. Yeah, I did pick up a 6er, bro. I am back on the beer train. Not full-time. I'm a part-timer.
Did you have a beer last night?
No.
Really?
No, yeah.
Did you have beers last night?
No.
Because you're a guy who wiggles out on technicalities. No, I didn't have a beer last night.
Did I have beers? Define have, Kevin.
Consume. Did you pour them into your head hole and swallow?
Yes.
You had beers last night, then?
I did.
So now you're a liar and a consumer.
I'm not a liar.
I asked you. You said no.
You said if I had a beer.
Oh, so you did try to wiggle out on the technicality.
I did not have a beer last night. I had 4 beers last night.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 more after that.
You had 6?
And then I had 3 more after that. I'm just kidding. No. I don't remember how many I drank, but I had a few last night.
Pull my shoes off to count that high.
I know, right?
All right, so New Jersey Cheesehead says, "Good morning, gents. 14-team league need to replace Gus Edwards, you and everybody else.
Yep.
Available choices are Damian Williams, Chicago, Jamar Jefferson, Detroit, no. Jake Funk, Rams, what? Elijah Mitchell, San Francisco, Gainwell, and Boston Scott in Philly. Chris Evans, Cincinnati. Boy, we are way down the depth chart on these. Larry Roundtree for the Chargers. Of all those, oddly enough, the ones I think for sure are actually going to be contributing to their team's weekly game plan is going to be the Philly guys.
I like Williams too.
I do too, but he's probably in the same situation the Philly guys are.
Yeah, I would put all those guys fairly even. Like if it's a keeper league, I'd probably grab Gainwell, right?
Sure,
because he's got longer full-time potential down the road.
Right, but like Evans and Roundtree are like third options, third running backs on both of those teams. Jake Funk is third or fourth.
Yeah.
So these are, and Mitchell, I'm not even sure. Either the running back room there is just so crowded they have to bring in chairs from the wide receiver room, right? So who's to say he may emerge as Elijah Mitchell may emerge as the feature guy this year as they have injuries in San Francisco.
Now, for immediate impact, I would have to lean Boston Scott.
Probably.
I think that guy is going to touch the ball 10 times tomorrow, right? Or at least they'll have plays drawn up for him that many times at a minimum. So, it depends on what you need. If you're looking for a roll of the dice, like maybe Damian Williams or Gainwell are your guy. But if you need a steady Eddie flex guy, probably Boston Scott, especially if it's a PPR. It doesn't say, but
yeah.
It says thanks.
And the other guys may be fine, but they're just so far down the depth
such
chart.
A shot in the dark, dude.
But the thing is every year somebody who you wouldn't think emerges and just pops out and goes crazy.
Yep.
So it could be Evans or Roundtree, but I very seriously doubt it because both of those teams have starting running backs we're aware of.
Yeah.
All right, so Big Bullis says, hey there, gents. Do I start Tyson over Josh Jacobs in a half-point PPR? Not trying to get cute. I disagree. But being a run-first offense and the only running back ready, I'm considering this for my flex.
So here's the thing.
This is the definition of getting cute, bro.
Yeah, you're definitely going to play Jacobs. Now, saying that, right, he was questionable last time I saw. So if he's got some kind of injury issue, I don't think and I was guilty of this too. I think a lot of people reacted when Gus Edwards went out, and they just started picking up Tavius Murray and Lev Bell, and I saw Todd Gurley speculated about.
Well, he came to town and left without a contract.
Right, Devonta Freeman, I grabbed.
Right.
But I think this is Tyson Williams' job.
Well, he's certainly been through camp.
Right. He knows the offense as well. From what I'm reading about him, he's a very capable young man. So, bringing the veterans in makes sense. And, Tavius Murray or Freeman or Bell may end up seeing significant time on this team because they have no running backs, literally. But, I don't think Williams is a terrible option, to be perfectly honest.
This week.
However, if Josh Jacobs is playing, you're playing Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, you got Tyson when, like 14th round?
Or the waiver
wire.
Yeah.
You had to get Jacobs in the second? Third at the outside if fools are picking up Mahomes in the second round, pushing Jacobs back to you.
Right.
So, yeah, obviously if Jacobs is injured, you look elsewhere. But, dude, before Dobbins went down, nobody outside of the Baltimore Beltway had heard of Tyson.
Right. Yes.
Why would you have?
Yeah.
But like Baker said on chat here, it's like if I was a Ravens running back, I'd be scared essless.
Mm-hmm.
Protect my knees, Jack.
Yeah.
So that's all we got in.
I got emails.
Yeah, let's do emails. That's all I have in the.
All right. AJ says, I'm just going top to bottom because there's only two. AJ says, don't get cute. What's up, guys? Just want to let you know I wholeheartedly agree with your don't get cute mantra, so that's not wholeheartedly, pal.
Right, like Ned Stark says, you disregard everything before the word but.
Yeah. It
Yes,
caused
I'm a
me to
nerd.
start Saquon this week instead of Amari Cooper or Antonio Brown. You guys are still awesome in my book, though. So what?
Yeah, Saquon hasn't played yet.
Let
Dude
me-
might have 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, let me explain something to you. Fantasy football is super easy in hindsight. It's like winning. Like if you could play the lottery the day after the lottery every day, guess what? You'd win every week. Yeah, no, of course. But if you asked me on Thursday before that game started, should you start Saquon or Amari Cooper or Antonio Brown? It would have been Saquon 100%.
Maybe not against Amari, but against Antonio Brown. Well, yeah, absolutely.
I think that Saquon and Amari are in the same conversation, right? Saquon's probably a number one where Amari Cooper, he's your number one wide receiver, but you probably drafted him in the third round or something, right? But they're fairly close in value. But if you asked me who I would have chosen, I would have said a bunch of nice things about Amari Cooper and then said start Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
So you can't play hindsight, man. Yeah, we're gonna look like idiots if Saquon only takes 4 snaps, right? Right. We'll look stupid. I still will.
You look more like an idiot.
I will
than
still
would.
stand behind that decision because If you ask me long term, like who do you start every week for the rest of the year, right? Saquon versus Amari Cooper, I will choose Saquon every week, regardless of defense, regardless of what happens with his quarterback situation. I just don't care. I would start Saquon Barkley.
Agreed.
So you don't get cute, pal. Wholeheartedly agree. Hey, Vlad here. He's in Massam Law. He's the Massachusetts Miami Law guy on Twitch. Oh, cool, man.
I love how you were struggling with that name.
It's Mass Miami Law, but it's all one word, so it's kind of, he says, good to have the most famous Delawareans in the world back. That's super duper not true.
We're like maybe in the quadruple digits.
We might be in the top 1,000.
Maybe.
But, there's a lot of famous Delawareans, man.
Like, we're way, way behind Ryan Phillippe.
Yeah, and he's not even famous anymore.
Well, he's in the show.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's getting paid to act.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, in a half PPR, who's a better flex, Marvin Jones or Elijah Moore? Love you, mean it.
Ooh.
Hard pass.
The thing is, they both have rookie quarterbacks throwing to them. I think we know a lot more about Trevor Lawrence than we do about the other guy, the other kid, the kid who looks like he's 16. But I'm just an old guy.
I would probably play Jones. But
yeah, I would play Jones as well.
It's not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, I think Elijah Moore has all the potential to be amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be this game. Whereas I think Marvin Jones is going to be his steady self.
I don't disagree.
You saw what he did last year and how steady he was and how flex-worthy he was every week. But
if for some reason Crowder is out, right, because he's on the fence right now, Elijah Moore will probably start at that point.
Well, I don't know if Crowder's going to be able to play or not. He's out for the COVID protocol, right?
Right. So I'm just not up on his quote unquote status. I'm just not sure.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be super exciting out of it or about it.
I boot it.
He missed a significant time in the offseason. He's probably not fully up to speed. Rookie quarterback, blah, blah, blah. Marvin Jones is a veteran, been there for a long time. I would play Jones 100%.
I concur. All right, so we have a call. Let's go to the 407 and say hello. Hey, caller, what's up?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Is this that guy?
What's up?
This is our guy, G.
Listen.
What's up, G?
Listen. Your boy's in the house. I hope everybody took their bathroom break because I got a lot of catching up and going into. All right?
Well, we're too early in the show to have hit the bathroom so far, but
you could push us up on the limit.
Well, you know what? I'm having my Bud Light Orange right now. Lyle, please, man, I was so proud of you. I can't believe that you jumped ship and you started drinking 6 packets of gateway drug. Don't do it. Stop drinking.
Well, dude, I never listen. This is what I do. Okay, I love beer. I love it. But every once in a while, I think to myself, this might be becoming a problem. So I stop and I make sure that I have no trouble stopping and that I can function and I'm happy and everything's fine. And then I go, whew, that was close. And then I go back to loving beer.
Right. You never stop loving beer. I haven't smoked a cigarette in 14 years. I loved cigarettes.
Right.
Ooh.
I still do.
Yeah.
But I haven't smoked a cigarette in 14 years.
Yeah, so my intention was never to stop permanently. That's laughable. I mean, but, I just, about once or twice a year, I cut it off and just make sure that I'm good.
I had no illusions that you were going to be back. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah, usually I do between 30 and 45 days. And then I go, all right, I did it. I'm cool. And then I'm back.
I like your logic. I love your logic. And I'm going to practice this with my wife because I don't want no kids, but I love sex.
Right.
But you know what?
You're gonna hold out for 45 days?
What?
Exactly.
Well,
November's coming up.
Yeah, you got the NoFap. Sober October rolls into NoFap November.
Or not November.
I'm going to show her because I don't need it that bad.
I wouldn't be advertising that.
Yeah.
That could just be shut off.
That could backfire on a guy quick.
I can hear somebody saying, oh, you don't need it that bad? That's fine.
I can hear it slamming shut from here, bro.
Yeah.
You know what? Bad idea. I'm going to scratch that off.
Yeah.
No.
So are you next to a highway? What are you doing?
Anyway,
Yeah, are you at an airport?
no, it's these stupid Beats by Dre headphones I'm wearing, but I guess they're not properly working.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Can you,
For everyone that's
all right.
listening.
I'm a
No, it's fine,
better?
man.
This better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, it's good.
All right. So, I sent you guys the picture. I got in trouble with Tampa Bay because they told everybody except I didn't hear, so I grabbed the trophy.
Oh,
I didn't.
I
When
sent
did
you
you
guys
send
the
that
picture.
picture?
I don't think I see a picture.
Was that recent send or back then?
That was a couple months ago when I sent you the picture with the trophy,
Let me see.
with the actual trophy.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And one of you guys had responded.
Yeah. I remember this. Yep. You touched it, huh?
Yeah, and well, I grabbed it like it was mine.
What did it feel like?
And oh man, I felt the energy
Yeah.
of history.
So I've seen it
surging
before
through my
too.
body. I'm like,
they had it at the Eagle Stadium a few times after they won, and it was pretty cool. You go out, get your picture taken with it, all that kind of stuff. So, kind of same thing you're doing here, but you could not get close enough to it to touch it.
No, they had green jacketed security.
So
Bulges in their jackets.
that's pretty cool. If I could have gotten close enough to touch it, I probably would have touched it too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They kick you out? Did they ban you from the stadium?
Yeah. What were the repercussions for touching it?
No, nothing much because we were there. We weren't in a big room with a lot of people because we were there to sign a contract with the stadium for what I do, and I don't even think I'm supposed to be talking about it, but
Don't worry, nobody's going to listen to this
Yeah,
anyway.
nobody's hearing you. You're good.
I don't know, man, because in my book, you guys are up there with ESPN.
Unfortunately, you're the only person who has that book.
Yeah, your book is a singular book, bro.
Yeah, they made 10 copies of that book, and only one of them sold, and you bought it. The other 9 are still on Amazon.
This is gonna be the 8th season that I'm calling.
I know, it's
Wow.
crazy, man.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
8 years. No, I don't have the bracelets because the bracelets don't work. I'm on the phone. I'm on the podcast right now. Sorry, guys.
No worries. We're here for you.
But yes,
How was that
I
milkshake
don't
stout
think
the
this
other
is
day,
the
by the
time.
way?
I'm
Very
live.
good.
I'm sorry, guys. My 5-year-old wants to get involved.
Of course, that's what they do. I have a couple grandkids.
She
and
wants
I've
to
got
get.
another one on the way.
She wants to know. You two? You two are grandfathers?
No.
I am.
I'm just a father. I'm not a grandfather.
Yeah, I got two grandbabies at my house right now, and another one coming in December. Still baking.
Man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful.
Is it?
That's beautiful, man.
It's fun occasionally.
No, it is. It is. Watching the family grow, sitting down on Christmas time, drinking eggnog, watching the kids play, buying them toys. I love those moments.
Very Norman Rockwell.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff is all good stuff. You're right. But,
Yeah.
boy, are they
But on a
expensive.
Saturday in September,
Yeah.
it's not that special.
Yeah. They show up at my house tomorrow morning, too. When I have to get up at 6 a.m. on Saturdays because, my daughter's got to go to work at 7. That sucks. I love them, but I don't want to get up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. I don't want to get up at 6 a.m. any day.
Well, 6 a.m. is when I'm going to bed because, we were out drinking the night before.
Well,
It was a Friday.
Yeah, but see, you can't do that when you got a baby. The baby's like, I'm up, you're up. That's the way it is.
So how are you working that out? If you have a 5-year-old that you're up all night, do you drop them off with the grandparents, or what'd you do?
Oh, no. See, I have the best wife. She knows when, Jermaine had a long week and I'm just coming back from being out of town.
Mm.
And she's like, you know what? Just go hang out with the boys. Go play dominoes. Before she finished that statement, I'm in my car. I'm on the highway already.
We're gonna have to finish this conversation on the phone, baby. I'm out.
But don't get it twisted. That's just once in a blue moon.
Yeah, I assume that you do the reverse and let her go hang out with the girls.
I plead with her. Go, please, just go. And then she'll call me when she's out. And I'm like, dude, why are you calling me? She's like, first of all, I'm not a dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but why
That's a
you
good
calling?
point.
And then, she'd be back home at a certain time. So, you know,
She just can't stay away, man. She just can't get that far away from you, is what it is.
you know what? I think that's what it is. I think what it is, and I should appreciate it, but I'm ungrateful. So there you go.
Well, at least you're honest. Realism and self-awareness is a beautiful thing, G. That's what I think.
Hey, that's the code I live by. So let's get enough with the small talk. Let's get to business.
Let's do it.
Let's do it, man. What do you got for us?
Well, first of all, the money league. I said I wasn't going to play, but I went back. So
You said the same thing last year.
was implemented.
Last
I
year,
know,
you said the
I
same
know.
thing.
I'm weak. When it comes to fantasy, I'm weak.
Yeah, we are too.
Same.
I'm weak. So the new rules that was implemented: no trades.
Interesting.
Weird.
Okay.
What is a fantasy? It's a 10-man league. I know there's a lot on the waiver, but what's this no trade thing? I think it's ludicrous.
That sounds like to me to be
And
the
I'm still
Germain
arguing
rule.
it.
It's the Germain rule.
Yeah, apparently you're just making your team too good.
Dude, every year, no matter how I start 0-5, I'm always in the finals. And people start quitting because they're like, this makes no sense. He's always in the finals. Doesn't matter how he starts, so they think it's fixed. They think I'm doing shenanigans, and then that's why they came up with the fab, because I was they feel like I was taking advantage of the waivers, and now this year's newest rule is no trade.
Well, see, now you got to prove them wrong again. You got to get back up in them playoffs again.
Oh yes.
And we are happy to help.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'll
My
probably
man.
drag
You know what I
down,
did this
but
week?
yeah, what?
Well, listen, you know what? If it happens, damned if you, damned if you don't. I'm never going to be mad at you guys because you guys always put my interests at heart.
Of course.
Right here, man.
So,
We're here.
with that said,
That's general.
I had Cooper going on Thursday,
Good.
and I dropped Noah Fant, and I'm like, let me pick up Gronkowski.
Yeah.
I
Nice.
picked him up and started him and got rid of Fant. And long story short, Gronk gave me 29
Yeah. He had a good game.
points, and Cooper 30-something.
Yeah. They both had very good games. So you're already in
And then-
prime shape to win week 1.
Oh yeah, and my opponent started Jones. I kind of feel sad for him, sitting over there with 0.60 points.
Yeah.
It
Anyway.
happens. Yeah.
But it happens. But here's what I want to talk about in the money league. All right, this is the big one because my opponent right now he's murdering me. You know what I mean? He started Godwin and he just started Gronkowski in the money league.
Okay.
So he's projected at 171 points. His running backs is Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
And he also has, he has the Drake. Who cares about that? But he has Rodgers, Samuels, and Juju Smith in the flex.
Yes.
Now with my team,
Yes, Samuels. Samuels is on IR.
I have on the bench. Really?
Curtis
Yes.
Samuels? Yeah.
Debo Samuels?
Oh,
Oh,
Debo.
Debo.
Oh.
Okay.
No, this is Debo.
I thought you were
Debo.
talking about Curtis. All right, never mind.
No, Debo. Those are his running backs. So now I have Tannehill and I also have Herbert.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start Tannehill over
Okay.
Herbert, and then I got Adam Thielen. I'm starting as my number 1, and I got Deontay Johnson as my number 2.
Okay.
I like it.
those.
I
On
like
the
it.
bench, as far as wide receivers go, I picked up Callaway, Marquise,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and I also have Chenault on the
Okay.
bench, and Justin and Jamar Chase,
Okay.
Jamarville Chase.
Well, until
So
he
I
learns
feel
how
like
to.
the two wide receivers are.
Yeah, until Jamar Chase learns how to catch
I'm
an
listening.
NFL football, you
Yeah.
should probably leave him on the bench.
I mean, you know, again, rookie starting in his first game. I
hard.
wouldn't be compelled to start him.
Yeah, not everybody's Anquan Bolden.
And your wide receivers are really good, so I wouldn't even worry about that.
Yeah, I think you have your best roster in.
Nice.
Yeah. I think it sounds good to me, man.
Well, at running back, I got Dalvin Cook, and I have Justin Taylor.
Okay.
Jonathan Taylor?
Jonathan Taylor, you mean?
Jonathan Taylor. Sorry.
Yeah, that's solid.
And in the flex, I got Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, perfect.
I think he's going to have
On the
a
bench,
decent
I
year.
do.
Go ahead.
You were saying.
No, I was
Kev?
just giving thumbs up to Clyde the Glide.
Nice. I pray this year is this year, but on the bench, I also have the young man from Denver, but like Javonte Williams, and I also has Mike Davis.
Okay.
So I figured that I got, as far as running back goes, I should stay with what I got in the.
You absolutely should, unless something changes.
Yeah.
Those are two good guys to invest in a bench spot because you never know. But at this point, you wouldn't start him over any of your running backs for sure. So
Yeah.
Taylor and Cook are both super solid, and I think CEH is going to surprise a lot of people.
Indeed.
And have a decent year. I don't think he's going to be a top 5
I'm praying,
running back or
man.
anything, but
Yeah.
You don't think this is going to be his bust out year?
I don't know. There's too many weapons on that offense. They went all the way to the Super Bowl last year, and they barely used him.
Right. So
they just don't need him. It's
Yeah.
not that I don't think he's talented. They just don't. They'll put in the gadget plays for him and stuff, and get him the football on occasion, but they don't have. It's not like the Titans, right? They don't have to feed him the football 20 times, 30 times a game. They don't have to do that. The Titans absolutely do have to do that with Derrick Henry if they want to win, right? So it's not that I doubt his talent. It's just their team's too damn good.
yeah. Now, first couple games last year, CEH did really, really well,
Yeah, he
and then
looked
they
great.
brought Lev Bell in, and it kind of cut the knees out from under his value. Lev Bell's gone, so if he can play a full season like he did the first 2 games last year, then maybe he'll do something. We'll have to see.
Fingers crossed, brothers. And of course, I did a big no-no for the first time ever doing drafts. I picked up Waller as my Darren Waller as my second pick.
Ugh. Ugh.
'Cause
Well, you'll be happy
I
to
just
have
got
him.
tired of just not having.
Yeah, he's a good tight end. And
Say that again.
now that you've done it, it's kind of like when you do an impulse buy and you go buy that convertible. Yeah, the next day you wake up and you're like, man, I probably shouldn't have done that, but it's done.
Yeah, I got a convertible out front.
So now I'm gonna go sit in that thing and I'm gonna drive it around and I'm gonna use it.
You remember you and I drove up to Pennsylvania and I spent $9,000 on a
a Saab.
12-year-old Saab convertible?
I do.
I was like, man, it's $12,000 or $9,000, dude.
Yeah.
But I put the top down and I drove around and it was wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like that.
So yeah,
It was
like,
worth it.
you can regret taking Waller in the second because you could have had somebody else,
But that ship has sailed, my friend.
but you got Waller now. So
So forgive yourself, take a shower,
yeah,
and enjoy having a startable tight end all season long.
rinse out your mouth because
Yeah.
we both know.
I love it. Right now, it's funny you guys said car talk. As far as my lineup, that's good. But the last thing I'm going to say, as far as you say car talk, I've been doing pest control for about 22 years, along when I was DJing. And I just got a brand new Lexus, and I had it parked up because I have a company car.
Nice.
And I went to stop my car a couple days ago, and it's Harlem shaking. Took it to the dealership. Turns out a rat went into my engine and ate all my electronic, everything electronic in the car.
That happened to me on my motorcycle.
The thing that really,
Yeah.
well,
ate
the
through my
total kits
wiring
about
harness.
$7,000 because they got to rewire the whole car.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
got to replace the whole harness.
Now, luckily, motorcycles are pretty easy to work on, so I
Yeah.
just ordered a new harness and installed it.
Yeah.
But it shorted my ECU, so I had to get a new ECU as well. I found
Well,
one.
you
used.
tried to start it with a
Yeah, and it
shorted out, yeah.
right, and there were wires touching. So,
blew the whole deal.
but yeah, that sucks, man. That super sucks.
But a Lexus, man, good deal.
Jesus.
Those
Well,
are,
but the thing that it brings insult to injury, I did pest control for 22
Right.
years, and yet still a rat took
Yeah.
me down.
Yeah. I mean, he's getting you back, bro.
irony.
Yeah, he's getting you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just told me my my deductible is $1,000, and I'm like, you know what I could have done with that money? I could have flew out and go see the fantasy football guys in the club or something.
You could have, but now
Or
you got
even
to fix
send them
your
a
car.
gift.
Yeah. See, but now Hey, listen, it's a lot better than the
But
full
you know
price.
what?
You know what I mean? The deductible sucks, but it's better than paying full price.
Indeed.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to win. I have to win this year's championship to get that money back. So I'm definitely going to be calling you guys,
All
chopping
right.
it up,
Let's do it.
taking your advice.
Love it.
I don't care how good my team look on paper. I can't go without getting you guys advice because, as I said, you guys have never steered me wrong. And with that said, shout out to the biggest, the baddest, the roughest, the toughest fantasy football podcast on out there. Period.
Nice. Thanks.
All right,
I
G.
I
Talk
gotta-
to you next
Just
week.
give you a
bro.
little Jamaican love.
I love it, man. Thanks, brother.
Nice.
Take care,
Give
man.
you a little Jamaican bumbleclot love. Chatbot. With that said, guys, have a day. I'm gonna be listening to the rest of the show for the rest
All right,
of the
buddy.
day, and good luck on Sunday, guys.
Yeah, man, you
Appreciate
too.
you
Have
guys.
a day.
All right.
Thanks,
Loud.
man.
Love
See
you,
ya.
mean it.
Love you, man.
Love you.
Kev,
See ya.
stay black.
Always. Never not, bro. Never not.
I love it.
Dude, that's the best thing anybody's ever said to me.
Yeah, dude, it's so good.
I love that.
Joey Diaz said that on Alex Jones's show one time. It was so fantastic because Alex Jones had a show that and he would switch between like TV and internet.
Who's this?
Alex Jones.
Oh,
the
that guy.
crazy dude.
Yeah.
So he had Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan on it one time, and Rogan and Diaz were super stoned, like they were on Planet Nibiru, and Joey Diaz just starts going off and because Alex Jones says, yeah, we cut to the internet, so we can swear now and stuff.
Sure.
So Joey Diaz just starts saying all kinds of stuff, and then he literally said, "Stay black," and he got up and left.
Wow.
It's a fantastic video that you can definitely look up on YouTube.
That's the great thing about the internet is if it happens,
Yeah,
you can see it.
you can see it all the time. T-Dub says this show should be really called Fantasy Therapy. You're not wrong. We get a lot of people come in here belly aching about their teams and what happened during their draft, and
Or
Wah.
looking for confirmation
Yeah,
about choices they've made, and that's fine. Because when it comes right down to it, it's that insecurity that'll kill you.
it is, and you second guess yourself all the time, right? We don't second guess. You know why? Because we're used to being wrong. It's okay.
We're semi-professional at being incorrect.
It's okay if you're wrong. It's okay if you lose. It's gonna happen to you.
It's just fantasy football.
Nice.
It's supposed to be. There we go.
Oh my God. I love you, mean it.
I tell you what, we almost went through a show without any difficulty.
We couldn't do it though. I love it.
Yeah, it's like the fantasy football podcast gods were like, let's catch him at the end.
CLA 36. Doc J-Back says been listening since 2014-ish. Still the best around. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
That's not true, but thank you.
We'll take
CLA 36 says, when does Lyle do some Escape from Tarkov lessons? I just got it and I suck. You can, if you hit me up on Discord, bro. I don't know if you remember the Discord yet, but if you hit me up on Discord, I will totally give you a lesson. I'll be playing it tonight, I'm sure. Yeah, if you're on Discord, dude, just send me a direct message. I'm the guy with a bunch of vowels in the name. Yeah, send me a DM and I'll let you know when I'm on. And yeah, dude, it's definitely, there's a big learning curve, but and they've recently made some changes that make it much more confusing. But
I love it when a game does that.
they introduced dynamic loot.
Let's convolute shit.
So
a little
basically,
bit more.
all the stuff that I memorized about all the maps is now sort of
Moot.
out the window.
It's
because
mute.
I knew where certain spawns were for certain items. Everybody does. You get used to it. You go, oh, there's a spawn right here.
Right.
They changed that.
So they just pop
things
up
can
anywhere.
be
now.
anywhere now.
Well, that's actually more random and probably more fair.
It's probably better, but it changes the dynamic of the game.
It hampers your ability to dominate.
No, not necessarily, but you knew certain areas will be PvP hotspots.
Right.
Right, because you knew there was a Ledex spawn in this room, and that's worth a lot of money, and people are going to check it. So you knew that, there was going to be a chance that you were going to run into people. Now, you could run into them anywhere on the map. And there were areas in the map you could go where you could feel relatively safe. You weren't always safe,
Right.
100% of the time, always, no matter what. But you knew, the center, the hot points of the map, there was going to be a lot of players, and towards the outskirts, there typically wasn't. But
Sure.
now that's not true. So
It probably
wild.
makes it better, but it's different for you now. I get it.
Yeah, it's just a change. You know, they change a lot of stuff.
Change is not always good.
Anyway, I love you guys, and I mean it.
I like you as a friend.
Yeah.
Best I can do.
He's not willing to commit. We've had this problem for the 20-plus years I've known Kevin. He just won't commit.
I won't. I have trust issues, apparently.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. All right, we'll be back on Wednesday to do your Week 2 preview.
Yeah.
Until then,
Good luck tomorrow and have a day.
have a day. Enjoy your games. See you. All right.
Still killing it, bro.
Bye, Twitchers.